Driving in the mountains presents its own unique challenges. This module provides you with a basic overview of mountain driving, reviews some of the unique hazards and risks associated with mountain driving, and covers key steps to prepare you for each trip. Watch this first video to learn how to prepare for your trip.
A change in weather conditions is one of the hazards you need to be aware of while driving through mountainous terrain. Take the time to check the forecast along your entire route prior to your trip into the mountains. It always helps if you are familiar with the area in which you are traveling. Weather conditions can change dramatically with a change in altitude. Temperatures get colder the higher you go, which means a rainstorm can quickly turn into a blizzard at higher elevations. Unexpected patches of ice can be lurking just around the corner, so keep in mind that these changes can occur quickly, and monitoring the weather throughout your trip is essential. Road conditions can also be a challenge in mountainous terrain. 4-lane highways may reduce into 2 lanes. Rock slides are more common in these areas, requiring close attention from a driver to watch for hazards. Roads will often have sharper turns and steeper grades than what you're normally used to. You'll have to adjust your driving habits to these conditions. Another hazard to be aware of is the additional stress that your vehicle may encounter. Going up a steep road requires close monitoring of your equipment, such as engine temperature and RPM indicators. Getting back down mountainous roads presents another set of challenges. Overuse of brakes can cause the system to malfunction. You'll have to carefully control your speed and watch for other vehicles along the way. Now that you understand some of the hazards of mountain driving, you can begin to plan your trip. The key to any safe trip is preparation. Drivers must plan out their route. When planning your trip, use multiple resources for directions, such as a map or atlas that are specifically designed for commercial vehicles. These can provide crucial details such as hazardous material restrictions, bridge weight limits, and overhead clearances. If you use a regular map, you may miss some of these important details. Make sure to list all items that you will need during your trip. For example, it is vital to have cold weather clothing and blankets, tire chains, and other special equipment, since weather conditions may significantly change throughout your trip. Also, make sure you have all necessary safety equipment, such as cones and other warning devices, as well as a first aid kit in case of an emergency. Look for obstacles along the route that could set you back. Take note of small cities, border crossings, tolls, construction areas, and road closures that you may have to navigate around or through. For example, mudslides and rock slides are especially common in the mountains. Snow and icy conditions may also close roads or make them unsafe to drive. When possible, identify alternate routes that can safely accommodate your equipment and load. Although trip planning takes more time initially, in the long run, it will make you a safer and more efficient driver. It's also important to plan out your stops. Drivers should take careful note of their delivery sites, how to approach, what hazards may be encountered, and other special requirements. Don't forget to plan on where you'll refuel and take rest breaks. Make sure you identify rest areas, such as a truck stop or hotel, or other places where you can safely pull over to inspect your vehicle if needed. Sometimes commercial vehicles must undergo inspections prior to proceeding through mountain passes. During your trip, always carry a map. It never runs out of batteries or loses signal. But remember, maps should only be used when legally parked in a safe area. In some cases, you may be authorized to use an electronic routing system. These tools can aid a driver with directions. However, any system can present risks if used improperly. Make sure that these systems don't distract you from safe vehicle operation. If you need to adjust your route or interact with the system, you must pull over to a safe area. Know which websites or radio stations are available that provide specific, up-to-date information on the conditions ahead. In the event you find a problem with a pre-generated route, or if you are unsure if routing systems are authorized for use, talk with your supervisor. The last and perhaps most important step is doing a thorough pre-trip vehicle inspection. This process is covered during other portions of your training as a Lindy driver, but remember, the only thing worse than having a breakdown is having a breakdown on the side of a mountain. A careful inspection of your equipment can help avoid dangerous equipment problems during your trip. As we already mentioned, driving through mountainous terrain can be hard due to the risk of unexpected hazards such as variable weather, roads, and truck conditions. This is why being prepared for your trip and checking your vehicle is so important. Remember, you are the captain of the ship. As a professional driver, Lindy relies on your skills and expertise to make the safest decision.
You have completed the first module, and now it is time for the first quiz.